Thank you for joining for devotions here today. And all this week, we're looking at this subject matter. You can say it with me here, the power of a plan. Listen, you've heard me say before, a man without a plan is not a man. I've always said that when we're going through January and February, even going into March here, I believe these are great months of the year to make plans. It's cold out, the weather isn't so great, so I want you to make a plan. There's something you need to overcome. Listen, I don't believe in lucky breaks. I don't believe that somebody's going to come riding in on a white horse to save the day. You're the man, you're the woman, and your God has great things for you. Now look with me in Proverbs chapter 24, verse 27. He says, now you prepare your work on the outside. You get everything ready for yourself out there in the field. And after that, build your house. God says, I want you to prepare. Prepare, get the plan together. Then I want you to work the plan. Get the plan and work the plan. Oh, the power of a plan. You know, I remember when I was a young guy, a kid still living at home, my dad never hired anyone to fix anything. We were very, 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 very poor. So when the furnace broke down, we might be without a furnace for a week or two because he had to fix it if he knew how to do it or not. And when the car broke down, if you were going down the highway, well, you couldn't afford a tow, so you had to fix it right there along the highway and walk home to go get your tools. I mean, that's a horrible way to live. And I thought when I was a kid, you know, I want to be sure I'm making enough money I could drop my car off at a mechanic. I mean, listen, life doesn't just happen. If you want to be blessed, then you have to work it, and you have to have a plan. Now, look down here, back in chapter 2, verse 2. It says, and the Lord answered me and said, I want you to write out your vision, make it plain upon the tablets or on paper or the computer. So I threw that in. So that he may run who reads it. So your plan should be detailed. I mean, it doesn't have to have everything, but it ought to have, like, your diet. Well, how are you going to do this? What are you going to eat? Or exercise. Well, how many days a week are you going to exercise? What kind of exercise? How many reps? You have to have a written down plan. That's probably the best way to do it. It doesn't make any difference how long it takes. I always say if you're going to walk from the church up to the grocery store, it's a half mile, a lot of hills involved. I say, if you get in a car and you drive up here real fast, or if I walk up there, which I like walking up during the summer, okay, even if I walk real slow, I mean just real slow, I'm going to get there, right? Hey, let me tell you, the turtle wins over the hare all the time. Because the hare, the rabbit, they just think the faster they go, the quicker they go. And if it's not going quick enough, you know what they do? They get up and quit. The best things in life take time. So just because it's going slow, I don't want you kind of throwing the towel in on this. Look what the Lord says here. Jeremiah 29, verse 11. God says, for I know what's that word? Plans. He goes, I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord. I have plans for welfare and not for evil, to give you a future and a hope. You know, there's some of you, you're listening right now, and some horrendous, awful things have happened. I mean, in many of our lives, there's a big gap to what you thought was going to happen and what really happened. Or where you thought you were going to be and where you actually are right now. Listen, God's not done. This is all a part of his great plan. And he's molding you, making you into the man or woman of God he wants you to be. So listen, God's not done with you yet. The plan's not all finished up. When I was a kid, I had a bike. That's all I had. Somebody fixed up a bike and they gave it to me. I thought I had $1 million, you know. So my mom and dad, they'd be drinking and yelling and screaming. And I would ride around outside in the sunshine. We were way out in the country. And I would just visualize and imagine what my life was going to be. And I would say to myself, I'm not living like them. And guess what? I didn't. Why? Because I had a vision and I had a plan, but God was in it. And God was in control, and that's important. Now, when you think about all this, I want you to remember, you know, most people here, they don't plan to fail. They fail to plan. So I want you to work on your plan today.